For a long time, honestly, people kind of forgot about the moon. After the famous Apollo missions from the United States and the Luna missions from the Soviet Union, our attention just drifted away. Everyone was looking farther. Mars, Jupiter, even planets outside our solar system. The moon? It felt like old news, like a stage that had already been played on. But quietly, things started changing. At first, just a few small missions here and there, nothing flashy. Then suddenly, boom, the moon was back in the spotlight. NASA brought back its big dream with the Artemis program. SpaceX jumped in with rockets that looked straight out of science fiction. And meanwhile, on the other side of the world, China came forward with a very ambitious plan. It's not just another mission, they basically kicked off a brand new space race. But wait, why? Why did everyone suddenly turn their eyes back to the moon? And more importantly, what's really hiding on its far side? The part we never see from Earth. That's the story we're going to dive into now. China's space program started kind of quietly in the early 2000s. But here's the difference. They had a clear plan. Not random, not just, let's launch something and see what happens. They had step-by-step goals. Through their space agency, CNSA, they launched a series of missions named after the moon goddess Chang'e. In 2007, Chang'e 1 mapped the entire surface of the moon in 3D. Pretty cool. And then came the real shocker. Scientists detected traces of helium-3. Now, if you don't know what that is, helium-3 is like the holy grail of clean energy. It's super rare on Earth, but could be found in big amounts on the moon. And if we can figure out how to use it for nuclear fusion, it could power our world for centuries. No radiation, no toxic waste, just clean energy. 3 years later, Chang'e 2 got even closer, like just 15 kilometers above the surface. It scouted out potential landing spots. China was preparing the ground step by step. And then, in 2013, they did something nobody had managed since the 70s. A soft landing. Chang'e 3 touched down and released a little rover named U2, or Jade Rabbit. Cute name, but this thing was groundbreaking. It even carried the first ever ultraviolet telescope placed on the moon. That made China one of the very few nations capable of actually operating on the lunar surface. But that wasn't enough. They wanted to go further, to the far side. Now here's the thing. The far side is mysterious because no mission had ever worked there. Why? Simple. You can't talk to Earth from that side. There's no line of sight, no signal. It's like trying to call someone with zero reception. So, China came up with a clever solution. They launched a satellite called Queqiao, parked it in just the right spot so it could act like a middleman, relay signals back and forth, and with that, they unlocked the impossible. For the first time in history, a rover could actually move around on the far side of the moon. In 2019, Chang'e 4 made a soft landing in the von Karman crater, part of the giant South Pole Aitken Basin. This is one of the oldest impact craters in the entire solar system. And here's the kicker. It's completely quiet. No radio noise from Earth. Perfect for science. The U-22 rover started exploring right away, and the pictures were mind-blowing. Unlike the smooth seas of lava we see on the near side, the far side is rugged. More craters, more mountains. Scientists always wondered why the two sides were so different, and U-22 gave them some answers. The far side's crust is thicker, older, and untouched by volcanic activity. Basically, it's like reading the moon's diary that's been locked away for billions of years. But the surprises didn't stop there. In 2020, Chang'e 5 brought something back that hadn't happened in more than 40 years. Actual lunar samples. And inside those samples, a brand new mineral never seen before. They called it Changesite Y. Oh, and guess what? It also contained helium-3. Just 40 grams of helium-3 could generate the same power as 5,000 tons of coal. That's insane, and experts estimate the moon might hold over 1 million tons of it. Imagine what that could mean for Earth's future energy. No wonder some people call this the new gold rush. But maybe the most unexpected thing came from a small biological experiment. Inside Chang'e 4, scientists packed a little biosphere with cotton seeds, potatoes, yeast, even fruit fly eggs. And for the first time in history, a plant sprouted on the moon. Sure, it only survived a few days before the freezing night killed it, but still, that tiny sprout was a giant leap. It showed that one day, humans might actually grow food beyond Earth. Of course, not everything was science. The far side also sparked wild theories. Remember the lunar hut story? In 2021, U22 spotted this cube-shaped object in the distance. The internet went crazy. Alien base, portal, monolith, you name it. When the rover finally got closer, the big mystery turned out to be just a rock. And funny enough, it looked a bit like a crouching rabbit. Which is perfect, because U2 literally means jade rabbit. Even though it was just a rock, it reminded everyone how much the moon still fires up our imagination. China's not slowing down. They're already planning to build a robotic base at the lunar South Pole. And here's the wild part. They want to build it using 3D printing, turning lunar soil into bricks for labs and habitats. Missions Chang'e 7 and 8, planned for the late 2020s, will go hunt for ice and test out those construction techniques. And the South Pole is key. It has ice trapped in craters, eternal sunlight on ridges, and silence for science experiments. That's why not just China, but the US too, is aiming for that same region. NASA's Artemis program is preparing to put humans back on the moon by 2027. China says it'll land its taikonauts by 2030. Both want bases. Both want resources. Both want influence. And that's where the tension comes in. Unlike the 1960s, this race isn't just about planting a flag. It's about resources, technology, and power. Whoever sets up shop first might control the rules of lunar exploration. The moon is officially back in the game, not as some faraway dream, but as a launch pad for our future, a place for science, energy, and maybe even human settlements. And the far side? Once hidden in silence, it's now the testing ground for the next great chapter of space exploration. What we discover there could change not just science, but the future of our planet. So, what do you think? Could humanity's future really begin on the moon? If you enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe to RTS Discovery, drop a like, and share this with a friend who's always looking up at the stars. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.